Hi everyone, welcome to my channel. On this video, I will talk about the VIO KA15. Before I begin, let me thank VIO for providing the KA15 for review. Rest assured, my review is 100% my own personal opinion and VIO has no input on this review. Actually, this is my first time doing an English video review, so apologize if my grammar is not that good. The VIO KA15 costs around 109 USD, and it uses dual CS43198 plus dual SGM8262M. VIO's slogan for the KA15 is Fun Little Dongle. So let's see how much fun this little dongle can offer us. Let's start from the packaging itself. The packaging looks really nice in my opinion. Also, it shows the dongle itself. Mine is the sky blue variant. When we open the packaging, we are greeted with a quick start guide. And previously the dongle was here. And here is the accessory box. For the dongle itself and the accessory, let me take it for you. Here is the dongle with the provided letterhead case. This is included in the packaging, by the way. And the C2C cable. So what you get inside the box? First, of course, you get the dongle, C2C cable, letterhead case, a manual, and warranty card. Let's talk about the build quality. The KA15 is made from metal that I believe to be aluminum. It feels premium for a 100 USD device. The front of KA15 actually has a 0.96-inch color LCD. With the UI is inspired by retro cassette looks. You can also find the control or button on the side of the KA15. There is desktop mode switch, volume up, volume down, and multifunction button. On the back of the device, there is a VIO logo, and here is some of the branding. On this side, you can see the 3.5mm jack and 4.4 balance. The 3.5mm jack actually supports CTIA connection, coaxial, or SPDIF out. Let's talk about the output power and power consumption of this dongle. The KA15 output power is rated at 180mW at 32 ohm on the single-ended port with desktop mode on. On the 4.4 balance, the KA15 has around 560mW at 32 ohm with desktop mode on. So about the power consumption itself, VIO also said that the power consumption of the device has been reduced compared to the previous KA5. Though mostly it is when the device is on pause or standby. When plugged into my Poco M6 Pro, I don't find the KA15 to be extremely power hungry, neither very efficient. It's just like your typical dongle, just like let's say KA13 or KA17. Let's talk about the menu and app. On the KA15 itself, you can set like filter, EQ, volume mode, key mode, deck class, channel balance, mic, SPDIF, UAC mode, brightness, rotation, display off, VNC display, theme and style, language, version, and reset the device. As for the menu on the VIO Control app, I'll put it here on the screen. Now let's talk about sound and comparison. Tested using VIO FT1, Kiwi Ears KE4, and F-Audio NE4 Sennheiser HD650. With deck class H and the filter is Min P fast roll off. For tonality itself, in general, the KA15 is neutral, a bit warm. My first impression when using the KA15 is that for some reason, this device reminds me a lot of its older brother, the KA17, though with some small differences. The KA15 to my ear sounds slightly warm, with non-smooth out but non-offensive treble, with full and bouncy bass. One thing I noticed is that the KA17, the older brother, has a deeper bass extension and more extended treble. Probably, I guess it's because of the superior THX AAA amplification. Let's talk about the bass. The bass itself is full-bodied, bouncy, and it has a good punch without sounding blunted like the KA13. Though, compared to KA17, I noticed the KA17 has a deeper sub-bass rumble compared to the KA15. Tested using the HD650, I found the bass control to be almost excellent. Though, keep in mind, the volume I listen to music might be different from you, because I tend to listen to music not very loudly to protect my hearing health. Mid-range, slightly accented, weighty, musical. The mid-range of KA15 is almost similar to the KA17. It sounds very pleasing to listen to. It is on the weighty and musical side, but VO does not really overdone it to make it sound like too thick or dull or muddy. For the treble itself, what I can say that the VO KA15 is honest. It has a non-smooth out treble and non-offensive either. If I have to nitpick, the extension of the treble or more like the layering itself of the high frequency is a bit inferior to the older brother KA17. It's close, but still, KA17 has more complete layering. Let's talk about the technicality of this dongle. For 109 USD, I can say this dongle has a very good technicality. Let's start with the stage. The stage itself is wide, with very good stage layering. For the stage itself, I can say that KA15 punches above its price class for sure. For the imaging, it's good. The KA15 has no problem rendering holographic imaging if your cans can render it. Though, it won't do magic by making your super budget cans, let's say like the KZ EDC Pro or something, to sound holographic. As for the separation and positioning itself, it's also very good, thanks to the excellent stage layering. So the placement of sound or object is also very good and precise. I can easily pinpoint and discern what and where the sound is coming from using this dongle. The tail retrieval itself is also very good. It can extract a lot of micro detail almost as good as the KA17, which is crazy in my opinion, knowing the fact that KA15 costs only 109 USD. I honestly wonder why VO made the KA15 to be this good. If I had to put some kind of number or figure, like on how close the KA15 to its older brother KA17, it would definitely be almost like 90% or above. It's really close. The KA15 almost killed VO's own offering. It is that good. So for the conclusion, if you're in the market for around a 100 USD dongle, the KA15 is probably currently my top recommendation for around 100 USD. It offers musical and easy to listen tonality, very good technicality, excellent build quality, and the look itself is pretty unique. Though if you use the LED red case, it will be kinda, yeah. And not only that, it has a display for only 109 USD. To get something that noticeably better than the KA15, you probably need to spend at least 3 times the cost of KA15. Heck, even I'm recommending the KA15 more than KA17 because it is so close that you will probably be splitting hairs to be able to hear the difference between the two of them. Okay, that's all from me for now. If you like the video, hit the thumbs up button. If you dislike it, hit the thumbs down. It's fine. If you want more content like this, please hit subscribe and share with your friends. Okay, this is the video review for the KA15. Bye-bye.